It's been doing this a lot lately. I swear we go through like whole periods when the stream
Who's
just
this
don't.
other couple?
Royce the Five Lines album with the dude asking his daughter all those questions.
Well, I didn't even see his baby got locks. His oldest baby got locks.
Mm-hmm.
Cute little girl.
Not sure exactly who that is.
Yeah, I definitely like Toby and his girl. But what's wrong with Russell and Sierra?
What is America built off of?
That's him and his daughter.
So if you had to tell another 6-year-old like yourself what to look out for, what would you tell them? They would kill you for the right price. Are you a buyer or a seller?
I'm good that she got the short red hair too.
Intellectual property.
What is intellectual property?
Can't take your mind.
How do you say group economics in Spanish? Economía de grupo. How do you say barter system? Sistema de cambio. If I gave you something for 500 and you flip it to the next man for 2,000, what does that tell? All right, now me as your leader, as your you gotta go beg somebody for a job at 18.
I do remember listening to that.
And I want you to tell me
He a millionaire. Self-made millionaire, yo. I don't know how he got all his money, but motherfucker got bread. He's trying to start a school so he can teach the kids. Yeah, he just an investor, yo, from Florida. Young dude, probably about my age, but that motherfucker busted his way out. Teaching his kids all that good shit. To the point that motherfuckers use his clips to put on their fucking albums. That shit crazy. As soon as I heard it, I was like, yo, that's old boy with the fucking face tats. Mr. Grace intro.
I definitely fuck with the intro.
Oh my god, I can't even connect when I'm sitting right in front of the station.
That motherfucker doing nothing.
Alright. So, second time the stream started. Already been here for about an hour. So we'll try to do another hour or so. We gotta run some errands today. Somebody wanna go to the fucking mall.
I was just about to say that.
Alright. I don't know if it's once again because I'm using YouTube or let me turn my.
Yeah, I turned mine off.
Turn my Wi-Fi off. Alright. Oh, the board. My old Connect.
Who that?
40.
Oh, the one you talked to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Look at this post.
Somebody told me.
I went through his phone. Of course, there's all these chicks like I've never been a side chick. No, you just didn't know you was a side chick. You better be careful. Now I see why you did that.
It's blurry because I moved.
Yeah, because I definitely was like, what you doing? That don't go there.
Alright.
Trust your gut. That's what I don't understand. How you don't know you decide? Like, he don't talk to you but a certain time of the day. That's what I don't understand. How you don't know you decide? Like,
Yes, that's what you sound like. That's why I never watched my TV shows and none of that shit. Just like, I sound weird as fuck, yeah.
No, I don't. I just was caught off guard.
Like, is that me?
I was like, I heard a voice.
You gonna cut these? You wanna cut these on camera?
Yeah.
I need to clip some of my ends.
You got some scissors up here?
I'm broke. I got to get another pair of scissors for the studio. The last pair, I don't know why I did that, but I was wiring a painting and putting wire on the back of it, and I tried to use my scissors to cut the wire, and it broke my scissors. And so now I definitely need a pair of scissors for the studio. That's something else. Wherever we go, like, remind me I need some scissors for here, because now all I have is like my kitchen scissors.
And Nicholas.
Yeah, I've been meaning. I did that shit a couple weeks ago too. I haven't had scissors in the studio since. And then as soon as they snap, I'm like, I usually even try to cut the wire with the scissors, bro.
It'd be like that.
When I got wire snips right there. All I had to do was use the wire snips, like I supposed to. But no, niggas like, oh, these scissors are closer. Damn, my old headphones are so fucked up, but I hate to throw them away though, cause the speakers still work. Yo. Technically, you can still use them. But look how they.
Wow.
The only thing holding this shit together is the tape, yo. There's so many cracks and breaks and bends in here. It's just like, it's basically just tape now that holds it together. But my new headphones, sometimes they want to work with the PS5 and sometimes they don't. The other day I tried to use my headphones with the PS5, yo, that shit would not connect for nothing. Turned that shit on and off like 15 fucking times. I don't know what the fuck.
Both ass headphones. What else did we say that we were gonna get for you when I got my stuff that I need? You said you needed something from the mall.
I get to wear shorts on Monday, and I gotta drive my truck to work because I gotta take the tent and the tables over to Skyview. We're gonna be outside and it's supposed to be hot on Monday. That's why I really want to drive my truck, yo. That shit ain't got no AC and I'll be sweating all fucking day, yo. But now, at least Angie said we can wear shorts now. She's like, cause it is gonna be hot. So if you want, you can wear some shorts. But still, I couldn't wear like a tank top like this around the kids. So I gotta have on like some kind of short sleeve shirt.
Alright. I'll get the scissors, you roll up, or you roll up and I get the scissors.
What?
Can you roll up while I get the scissors?
Yeah.
Because they're all the way downstairs.
Yeah.
There should be weed in my grinder, I think. Oh. It's in the top. Ow. I started to get dressed and I was like, don't you put that white outfit on yet.
You have to check that laundry in a minute.
Okay. dog today.
What she do?
You already know. You already know what she did.
She shit in the house?
No. She don't shit in the house.
Pissing in?
No.
Ate some food. Went in that trash bag?
Mm-hmm.
That little dumbass bitch.
And then I said, you dumbass, she didn't even get shit. You know what she got? That the bottom parts of the cabbage that you can't eat. Dumb bitch. But if I didn't go down there when I did, I said, get in the cage. You ain't coming out for the rest of the day. Oh, badass. Cabbage, rice, and plastic on the floor. I'm just like, she did shit in here before, didn't she? Like once.
Up here? Twice.
Twice.
She shit in the studio.
That was in the beginning. She did not like you in the beginning. I don't know what was her problem. She did not like you. She said nigga shit on you. But yeah, she not gonna shit in the house. I don't think she will ever do that again. She know better. But every now and again, she'll piss in the house or get in that trash can. And that's what I don't understand. Like, you know you're not supposed to do that shit. I be feeling like she be doing that shit to be spiteful. Oh, y'all leaving me? I'ma piss. First. Again.
Yeah, he got 1 million.
Now you need another one. First.
Kevin
Again.
Samuels got 1 million subscribers on YouTube already.
I mean, I don't understand why people think they're going to cancel him anyway, because he has a Patreon account where people give him money, and then he has his own website as well. So even if you try to cancel him from YouTube, you're not going to cancel him.
The only thing he can keep is his .com, because just like Michael Knowles was talking about, the lady with the Asian sounding name, she was like, yo, she feels like if you're canceled on one platform, you should be taken off everything. So if YouTube doesn't want you, then automatically you should come off Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and everything else. Or if Twitter doesn't want you, then the same thing.
I don't think that's fair.
And exactly, but
I mean, but if they are all connected, like connect your Google to this, to this, to that. So if they're all connected, then yeah, she has a point.
So far, there's 2 major figures they've done that to. Alex Jones, they deplatformed him, and the only thing he has is his .coms. And the fucking last president, yo, they took him off everything, and he has no access to social media. And so if they can do that shit to motherfuckers like that, yo, you keep fucking around or saying the wrong shit, man, they'll just silence your ass, yo.
Just like that post. Yo, they fact checked me on that shit and basically told me, like, don't even worry about deleting it because the people that fact check this shit, they already see it. And if you keep posting shit like that, then your shit is just not going to come up in people's Explorer or anything. Yeah. Because you spreading lies. So don't delete it because we already done seen that shit. But just know, we onto your ass.
Kevin, I don't know. He don't do hate speech or nothing like that. I don't see on what grounds are people trying to petition to get him deplatformed.
He's mean. That's all.
That don't matter. You can be an asshole.
I'm just telling you why. But people are hurt. He's mean.
How old are you? My name's Zoella. I'm 25. All right, what do you got for me? You talking about me?
How much 25?
Bitch, you look like you 40.
Okay.
Do you see how he hesitated?
A lot of people come on your show and they really try to tell you that you're wrong. No.
Oh, she does look 40.
She says she 20. Yeah, babe, y'all the same age?
Like,
how?
I think that just...
I look older too, but not that old.
I feel like...
Girl, you look like you got an 18-year-old kid.
What?
I'm all for short hair, but she needs hair. And to take them big ass glasses off.
It might be the glasses, the old grandma glasses. And then they're pulled down on her nose. And...
Yeah, why would you wear that?
Oh,
she does have hair.
Yeah, it's just up. Maybe the
she has a beautiful smile.
Yeah, it's just something about you, girl. You don't look like you 25. You look like my aunt.
That's not, I don't mean like you're capping.
And she's not ugly. She just look old.
Meaning you have an upper limit of what you can get. Okay, yes, I agree. So take me for instance.
I love her voice.
I'm 25 years old, but I'm in a career that I'm the youngest person in my career.
Okay.
I'm a therapist, and a lot of the people in my career are older than me, right? And so a lot of the men that I attract are older than me. Because, you know, you talked about how the young men don't have respect for older men, so there's a learning gap. And then there's older men who are attracted to me because I'm 25 with no children, with a career, living on my own.
Right.
But there's, because I didn't grow up with a man in the house necessarily. What do you think your cap would be what?
relationships?
I would say my cap would have to be the
35.
Sexual marketplace value.
35.
I would say
That is your cap.
at the cap, I would probably 39.
No.
Okay, she surprised me.
The kind of man you can get. The
Chris.
cap, the top, the limit.
Puppy.
I think
Let me Chris.
But it's so funny she said 39, and that's the same thing I said. What's my cap? 39.
Don't tell me what to do.
Are you gonna cut or you gonna smoke?
I mean, I got sidetracked listening to that. I want to smoke.
You can't do both at the same time? Oh my god, just...
Yeah, I can.
Kind of man you can qualify for? And what is the bottom man you qualify for? And what's the average?
Can you pause it real quick?
That's
So, this is my thing. Like, he not tearing her down right now. So I'm totally cool with it. But I just see how he kind of goes into, like, what do you do? Da-da-da-da. Like, she not coming on here attacking men. She not asking for nothing. She's just trying to ask him questions because she's like, look, I don't have a dad. And I'm a woman that's in my field, but can I have, a bit of advice? And I just feel like he's about to, like...
He about to give it to her straight up. And I don't see anything she's saying wrong either. Like,
yeah, this is
you're not ugly. You're 25. And the simple fact that you obviously studied hard in fucking school, got through all your schooling, and you already have a career as a therapist. Therapists are hard to find, especially women therapists, especially black women therapists. So, yeah, at 25, she's doing damn good for herself, where... most other 25-year-old men might not have their career path already started like she has. But then she explained for this, like, just her career in general, therapists are normally older people who have lots of life experience, and the therapy is probably their second degree or something that they went back for to be a therapist. But so now she's attracting older men. She's 25, and she's her clients and her coworkers and the people she was around, they're fucking 42 years old. And then the 42-year-old dude is looking at her like, that's prime, yo. She's smart, she's young, she's pretty, she already got her career started, and I want her, but it seems like she don't...
I was going to say, I'm waiting for her to get to the point where she says she deals with older men, and they've already been there, done that, and they don't want the same...
But she seemed like she don't want, like you say, the old dudes are stuck in their fucking ways, they don't want to change, and she just...
They are probably already been married, already got kids, they don't want that shit. Yeah. If she's fresh, she want to have that experience. And that's why I think she said 39. Like, she need to bring it down to 35.
Yo, what's good, bro? Good morning. Happy Saturday to you. It's the weekend, baby.
Well, it's not about what you think. Everybody has a cap, and a woman's cap is her sexual marketplace value. This is why you can be a woman with a high school diploma and marry
you gotta snip one or three, or snip it all the way down to the top of
you can be a woman with a PhD.
Some of her could twist back around, but some of them just won't stay.
I mean, if you want this one even, I can cut it more, but I was just snipping, like, literally the dead parts on the end, like the little knots.
So
this right here.
What would your cap?
This is still stay twisted, but
47.
47? That's too old, baby.
Hey, I don't think you're understanding the topic, so I'm gonna. It's not about an age.
47 is too old for 25.
It's about what kind of man.
You can't give her what she wants.
You're a professional, you're a therapist. Do you have a bachelor's, a master's?
A bachelor's, and I'm going for my master's right now.
And how much do you anticipate making? By the time you're 45 years old, how much do you make?
You wanted it?
I just wanted to see him.
Oh, sorry. I'll give you the next one.
Like say, even this right here, I might just cut all that out because that was kind of thick, but.
Probably over $1 million.
Annually.
Yeah, because what I'm trying to do with mental health in our community, I think people are going to accept it.
The Arturian people.
Yeah, even I don't agree with everything he says, and I think it's real suspect that he was a male cheerleader and some of the shit he says. But then, like, when I found out he was married straight out of high school, and then his second marriage when he was like, what, 25, my age. So I'm like, okay, he's been married twice, but he was young both times, and at least he was willing to marry the woman he was with.
The idea of human gods was created in Atlantean times by the Arturians.
So even my perception of SJs. But that's the thing. Like, if you don't like it, why the fuck you go in there and ask him for his opinion?
That's like an inch and a half for hair right there.
How to create the pyramids on this
Can't wait to
planet.
see you bald.
The concepts and the ideas that we have of
But some of
gods
the
and
ends are really
goddesses
breaking real
is
bad, so I
really
just gotta take them
mistaken
off.
by history.
Continue. He just.
I mean,
Hey, Scotty, this is Hitch. What are you talking about? Nobody cares about doing the job more than you do. I can't take care of him. I'm still trying to prove myself. I think we see something that we don't.
Didn't see that coming.
Cutting kind of high up,
Dog
huh?
out
I'm showing you before I cut it.
Okay, wherever you feel like it needs it.
Only on Disney Plus.
I said about an inch and a half are coming off a lot of them.
And I'm figuring everything that I'm trying to do on the side.
How many people or therapists make $1 million annually?
Well, aside from what I make right now, just at a job, plus what I'm going to be doing, I'm not going to just work my job forever. So if I make almost
Okay, you can't even have the conversation. I just asked you, every question I've asked you, you just talked. I said, midway through your career, what do you think you're going to be?
I pulled the hair back that I already cut.
Oh, my bad.
Okay, good. Which fairy tales do come true, but that's not me. That's not the ma'am. I talk to therapists. I network with therapists. I work with psychiatrists, psychologists, PhDs from Ivy League, and they ain't making that kind of money.
Can I ask you a question?
I need you to listen. I need you to listen.
I feel like this one should be cut right here.
You're not going. You're already on cue.
Oh wait, I'm not trying to be rude.
Well, what I need you to understand is you can't
Because
even.
now you can see at the tips where they were smaller dreads and I braided them together. I used to have like really
I can't
thin
even
dreads.
get you to understand
That's what I'm still,
what you plan
I
on
still
making
consider
about
like
halfway through. But let's
maybe
just say
even
you're making $1 million. Let's just go
doubling
ahead
them up
and say
again.
it. You're making $1 million. Then how much do you want to get married one day? You want children? How many children would you like to have?
3 to 4.
3 to 4.
That's a lot.
Do you want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant with your first child after marriage?
I probably will have to.
Do you want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant with your first child when you're married?
Yes.
Okay. What percentage of the family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for a lifetime?
She might do 50%. She seems very reasonable.
Overall for a lifetime?
20 to 30.
20 to 30%. So you still are looking for a provider male. A man making enough to pay 70 to 80% of the bills. Meaning, if you stop working for any reason, the family would not be significantly impacted. How much money would a man need to make to provide for a family of 4 children, a wife, and himself to not have her income impact the family in any long-term way? How much money would he need to make annually?
You want me to leave this?
Probably 80 to 100,000.
Both of them.
What state do you live in?
Texas.
$80,000 for 6 people.
That's
I grew
about
up
an
in the
inch.
country, so it
That's
doesn't
probably a little more than
See
an
what I
inch.
mean?
Matter
They
of
don't
fact,
have no
where's my
caps
tape
on.
measure?
See, this is a woman that says she thinks her plan is to make $1 million. But I got down to the real numbers of it. She thinks a man with $80,000 will be able to provide a middle-class lifestyle.
It was way different than the other one.
You said middle class.
Math. Because the average black man in this country makes $41,500. The average. I need you to.
Yeah, she cut off good.
Obviously, you don't know.
It's just thin.
So I need you to listen. Because as a therapist, as an educated woman, and you want these things, y'all should know this stuff.
Yeah.
You should know that it is impossible to have a man making $80,000 and then you not have to work. 4 children, you guys will be lit men.
All right, Kelly Samuels. I want one child.
Age 0 to 18.
How much do you weigh, ma'am? You're overweight.
The Dynamite Duo. Just in here trimming off some ends.
$300,000.
It's like 2 inches of hair right there.
$50,000 a year. 4 children at another $100,000. You're talking about a man making close to $400,000, almost $500,000. Not $80,000. $80,000 will not pay for 4 children. It's college fund, retirement, 401k, medical insurance.
Talking about to raise a child or for them to go past. Because
I'm going to have a conversation with the audience. Okay, see, this is why women don't understand their caps. They don't understand their caps because they don't even understand how much money a man needs to make. They don't even understand what they're asking about. So it's all fantasy. It's all fantasy. It's all fantasy. It's all fantasy for women at this point.
Still got mine in the bag. When I cut mine, I'm definitely not throwing my shit away, yo. I'm gonna tie them shits together and make a lasso out that shit. Watch, make a lasso out this bitch, yo.
Yeah, when I turn over in the middle of the night, if I feel a motherfucking hair lasso.
Yeah, that shit around her fucking neck.
Yeah, no thank you. Get this motherfucker no idea.
Yeah. Riding like a bull. Watch. Catch her getting out the shower. Yeah. Fucking hair
God,
lasso.
they keep joking.
Not the lock lasso, bro.
Don't get him started.
There's an image. I can see it now. Like if I can just like pretend I got long ass hair and then have my dreads and like swinging them shits around, yo, like a fucking lasso, yo. They have like a big, like I'm trying to wrangle a big booty bitch, yo. That's some crazy shit right there, yo. The lock lasso.
You just gave him an idea for some art.
Ooh, he got locks.
Oh boy, that ain't fair.
The lock lasso. Somebody else gave me that toe drill. Who said that?
A fan.
Motherfucking toe, not the toe
It
drill.
was-
That
it
was on Facebook. Somebody said that on Facebook.
Yeah, wasn't it? It was toe jam before, and then you changed it to toe drill.
I got the new character already down pat, yo.
To master this game, you must beat the lock lasso.
Lock lasso.
Weighing in at 180 pounds, pure steel.
Which can be serious. Although unlikely, a risk of PML, a rare, serious, potentially fatal brain infection, cannot be ruled out. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, experience frequent infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores.
And take this pill, and you may experience death, nausea, and fatigue.
Well enough, ask your doctor about Entyvio. If you're experiencing financial hardship during these trying times,
I cannot. Oh my God.
15% of black men earn that amount of money. And the ultimate question is,
Dress like Velcro.
if 100% of women want men in this area, can you get one? And the answer is
No, because there's not enough niggas out there
That's
making
what it comes down to.
fucking $100,000 a year who want your
Black
ass.
size, what do you look like? Fresh face out of the shower, no makeup, your natural hair is average. You can get a man making about $40,000. $41,500.
But why can't she get an average looking man that got money like her?
That's
Like,
an average woman.
you act like it's not ugly men
No
out
matter
here
how you slice
that are rich.
So this is
Funny
what
a
I want
ugly
you
rich
to
man.
understand. That conversation is the problem because so many women today are in another world when it comes. It is all theory and wishes. I can make $1 million as a therapist.
In a certain amount of time, she can.
The lock
I need you
lasso.
guys to understand. This woman said, "I think I'll be making $1 million because of the businesses I want to have." So now you Dr. Phil.
Hey yo, she's Ayanla Vincent.
This is why so many women are lost today because they've never had to sit down and understand how much money is because they go to school, they can run up all this student loan debt. But see, most women are living just running up bills today, and they think somebody's gonna come pay it later on. I'll get married, and he'll take care of it. Ladies, that ain't gonna work. Just like that woman I talked to yesterday, who got $100,000 in student loan debt, over $150,000 in consumer debt.
So right there it is for this part.
She got an English
At the
degree
end.
and a math
It's still
teacher.
good because it ain't detail, it still got the boy that so and it ain't like at a point. So
Y'all got a
but
reality.
dudes too, go ahead and snap them.
The reality is, you're going to work. Most women, 72% of mothers in this country work full or part-time. Unless you're a bona fide 8, 9, or 10, according to what we as
not a whole lot, bro.
According to what we as men think.
Sitting up here, listening to some relationship guru, I guess.
With children.
Izzy though.
Izzy.
I don't know.
I got something planned for the day. I want to take my girl to this place, but I gotta wait to see if we can have permission to go or not. It's like some secret, very exclusive little thing that I know about. But you know, since it is so secret and exclusive, there's only like certain times you can go in there.
She'll be gone, Bill Gates personal.
And if the guy calls me today and say we can come in, then we'll go do that later.
Thank you. I just got a message from a PhD, Ivy League educated psychiatrist. And she's laughing at that conversation. She's like, what, in the French toast? Yes.
Nice to meet you, Jeff.
I back things up with knowledge. People I know. And I know professionals who are highly degreed, great grades, impeccable credentials, not making $1 million effing dollars. You have no idea. Oh, I wish I could bring some of these people on, but I want to protect their privacy. So many of you ladies, because so many women are overrepresented in healthcare, women think being in healthcare means you're going to make a lot of money. Wrong. It's what's pitched to you. It's what's sold to you. That's why so many women get to become nurses or therapists and counselors, and you're chronically single because you have to work crazy hours. You have to give your life to the practice. And you're not making any money because of insurance, because of the way things are built, because of your patient load, and this and that. You don't want to hot box with the guy while on this topic. I know too much. Let's get it. You're capped. You're capped at your sexual marketplace value. That's where you're capped, ladies. That's where ladies are capped. Hello?
Oh, so we got a black screen again, present.
It was just messing up the views. It was doing that earlier.
On here before?
I have.
Damn, Jeff.
Okay. What do we got?
Okay. My question is, because you keep referring to
I wish some customers would give me 15
I want
grand.
to get your take on what the average woman is to you. Like, financially, education-wise, job-wise.
When this chick put on there?
What is an average? What is an average? What is an average?
You got superpowers.
What do you mean what it is to me? Average.
You say my hair just falls out by itself. That shit don't need no help.
I think I've been pretty clear. I'll explain it again.
I keep seeing ads for it though. I keep seeing a lot of people saying, "Yo, we got it in stock, yo."
How tall are you?
5 foot.
5 foot.
How much do you weigh?
I wear a 5.
A 5.
How much did you weigh the last time you weighed yourself?
I weigh 145 pounds.
Okay. What is the average height for an American female?
She not that cute to me. But first of all, I just want to point out the fact that she says she wears a dress 5. Like, there's 0, there's 2, there's 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. And then you go up to the plus sizes. But, like, I've never heard anybody ever... I don't wear number... I don't know. I've always been an even number for me.
5'4" for the last 100 plus years. What is the average?
Size 5. She probably wear juniors still. That's like some Mrs. type shit, not adult woman clothing. Goes in even numbers and not odds.
Maybe my weight. I don't know, but
125 pounds.
I've been told to you. You go to a doctor, they tell you the healthy weight. Are you a healthy weight?
Bro, and that's the thing, like.
But she's 5 foot and she weighs 145, so she might be overweight for her height because she's so short. But I bet you she's probably not overweight.
And depending where her weight is at, she got large hips
or a big butt. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She don't look like she's a big girl.
If you're carrying it right, like if you're 5 feet tall and you weigh 144 and you got all belly and no tits or ass, like you look like a grapefruit, like then you need to do something.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like the last chick who came on there, she didn't say I want to look her. I want this, I want that. She just said, I'm gonna be making, you know, good money, and I want a dude that's gonna make good money too. Who told that dude he's a relationship guru? A lot of these goddamn men.
I like Samuels, but he's not he doesn't really talk about, because he's not dealing with the men as much as with
That's
the women.
all I want to
so
see.
it's not really like a relationship thing. He's just trying to square women away.
But that's what I want to see from him.
Yeah, women's clothes size makes no sense. That's why I really don't like buying clothes for my girl. Like, I just don't, because you
Unless
don't
it's like
fucking
a
know.
jacket or a
And then
hoodie.
sometimes she's like, I wear this size, and then you get that size, and then it's cut different, and then it still doesn't fucking fit. Like, they gotta try their shit on. So, and their sizes are, like, me, I'm a fucking 32. I don't try my pants on. I don't try pants on no more. That shit 32, I'll buy these.
Well,
and
just
that's
like
it.
dresses and tops, like women have breasts and y'all don't. So
Yeah,
even buying
so
something that's your size, it might be too low cut.
Different, like.
How many times I buy something and then when you see it on, you like, you're not wearing that outside because it's just not made for people that, you know, got certain areas.
This is all my ends. So I haven't clipped my ends.
I agree, Tyson. That's why I just want to see him talk to everybody. Like, I don't want to see him just specifically.
He does talk to guys every once in a while, and
I would like to see him just do a segment where he says, "Look, black people, this is what we need to be doing," because I want to hear a different side and perspective from him where he's not just coming at women.
34, yeah.
Armies in the UK.
But that's how the fashion is going now. So more jean designers, even if the waist is so you can put it around your waist, they still make like tighter fucking legs. It's just
like,
the thing now.
Like UK style stuff. Like if it's an extra large in the UK, it's probably like a large here, I think, or vice versa. The way they do their sizing is different.
Yeah, even in your shoes, it's like a size 9 in America. Then it's like that's a size 11 in the UK, and size whatever. Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think like a 10 dress here is like actually like a 14 in the UK, so it's weird. And then like the Asian places, like when I order from any of those countries, like if I would order you like a small or a medium, I would order you like an extra large because their shit is so extra small. Yeah. If you wear a medium, you're gonna wear an extra large. Like their shit is so small. Everybody must wear like a small over there or the same size because I'm just like, damn, do y'all make one size fits all or like?
I swear.
Where's the significant other? I saw some chick. Natural brown skin, very petite.
Yo, he told the one chick, she was like, the chick told him like, oh, you ain't married? He was like, look, short, I could be married in 6 months if I want to. He was like, I could be married in 6 months.
You're not lying.
He said, my shirt XL. Nah, I just started wearing medium sized shirts, bro. I've been wearing small shirts my entire life.
What? Nothing.
Now I wear medium shirts. Well, no, back in the day I used to wear like extra large when I was like the dope boy.
I'm glad you're not.
Shit, yeah.
I'd rather see you in a small than an extra large.
Yeah, with the super fucking big tees and jeans. I used to wear a size 36 jeans, bro. That's the
Army said my boobs are an Australia size. What does that mean?
Yeah, well, back in the day I used to wear a fucking 36 and
oh, boots. Oh, I read that wrong. I was like, what? Send me the hair. I promise not to make a Prince come.
Uh-oh.
You gonna make a voodoo doll.
This motherfucker gonna make a voodoo doll is poke my shit.
I think my shoe size pretty much is the same, unless it's like a sandal that's very narrow, but in sneakers, I pretty much always wear the same size. And I try to get kids if I can. If I can get a 7 or a 6.5 in boy sneakers, I will. But clothes,
I'm on both of that shit. The big ass t-shirts back in the day.
Yo, big ass pants. That's what I said. I know all the big dudes back in the day was like, I wish y'all skinny motherfuckers leave us some clothes.
Yo, big ass t-shirts. That shit hang all the way down, bro. That's how I used to dress back in the day, son.
Yo.
With the Vizu jeans. Y'all remember that?
You know what's funny is back in the day, all the fat dudes was like, where the fuck my clothes at? But now, all the small girls like, wow, the fat bitches taking all the clothes.
Yeah. Oh, and that's what else. To hit up a fucking athletic store is what.
That's what.
Yeah, because I need, when this time gonna be back around before we know it.
Oh, yeah, them pants. Pants.
Yo, your waist a fucking 39, bro. You some big nigga, dude. God damn, nigga. Around your waist, 39, bro. That's like, I say I wear a 32, but my waist is like a 31. So your waist is like 8 inches. Your waist is like fucking 8 inches like that, bro.
That's a dad bod.
No, that's that big bear bod.
That's the dad bod.
It's always weird when I notice that your camera just constantly takes pictures of you. You gotta love this technology. Oh, it ain't doing it?
I was about to say, I see nothing.
Oh, maybe because, let's see.
Oh, wow.
Because the screen was closed? Yeah, but when the screen is open,
What the hell?
it's taking pictures of your face, yo, when your screen is open.
Give me my flip phone back.
Because it's trying to, it does it for your facial recognition thing, but even after you open it, now my phone is unlocked, it still takes pictures. It constantly just tries to find your face, yo. Like while you're on your phone, if you're on Instagram or whatever you're doing, your phone is taking constant pictures of your face, yo. That shit is weird. When I'm sitting here looking at this right now, it's photographing constantly. And shit's kind of weird, bro.
I played defensive tackle. You got that football vibe.
Yeah, I got that fucking linebacker body. Big linebacker ass dude.
Listen, it's almost 11 o'clock.
Yeah, and I ain't even paint shit yet.
I know that, but
so
it's almost 11 o'clock.
Alright, give me I did clean off my palette this morning. I gotta put some colors on here, and we're gonna... Yeah. That's all it is, bro. Like I said, it says for facial recognition, so every time you use your face scan, it can catch you because it knows how you look from this angle, It knows what I look like with my glasses on, with my glasses off, if my glasses are up, if my glasses are pulled down, if my hair is in front of my face, if my hair is in a ponytail, and it can recognize my face if I'm looking down at the phone, if I'm looking straight up, if I'm looking like this, because it constantly sees your face, yo. Like I said, it's just like the same shit when they ask you to for verification. Click on all the pictures of buses. Click on all the pictures of bicycles. Click on all the pictures of fire hydrants. Click on all the pictures of crosswalks. Click on all the pictures of cars. And you're teaching that shit to see a car, to see a bicycle, to see a crosswalk. The robots are coming. The AI is going to take over. We're going to create our own God. And then we can just ask God questions, literally like, God, how do we solve world hunger? We shall take all the money from the Vatican. No, God, we didn't want that answer. You guys could have been solved world hunger.
We declare war against.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely a hive mind, bro.
The elevator scene.
Now that's a... Oh, shit. That's a, Somebody else was talking about different radio frequencies and the megahertz, like to most music that we listen to on the radio is played at a frequency that's kind of unnatural, and it should be played at like 300 and something megahertz or whatever. causes motherfuckers to think certain things. Now, is this like digital brainwashing? I don't know. But, I mean, it is definitely something to that shit. Yo. When ain't nobody left here, that's when there can be peace. Because honestly, yo, we are a cancer on this planet, man. You know, Earth would do just fine without no humans, yo. This place would be all right. And that's the weirdest thing about it. Like, that shit would be just
it's sad
fine,
because
yo.
we so smart. Like, we're innovators, but then again, like, we're fucking leeches and just like a fucking virus, a plague. I gotta get my phone fixed. Tell Jeff to take you to space next time too.
Yeah, let you get a ride on that fucking Joe. He said thanks to you anyway, man. Thanks to all our Amazon workers and customers, because you guys are the ones who pay for this. And then he laughed.
I'm not gonna lie, I definitely paid for it because I stay on Amazon.
Yeah, I do too. Shit. Oh no. When it's called oh fuck. What do they call it when we'll finally merge with machines? It's called the fuck. Something like the transition, or anyway, they have a term for it, but it is definitely coming where like being a bio-human.
That's gonna be the thing.
Yeah, it's like we're gonna have more mechanical parts and fucking chips and all kind of shit inserted in us. It's come up with nano machines, and then they'll definitely insert nano machines in their bloodstreams to try to like fight aging and all kind of shit like that. Transhumanism. Yo, Alex Jones really said, I mean, he laid that whole shit out, yo. And he sounds fucking crazy, and then some of it is just hard to believe, but...
Alex Jones?
Yo.
I mean...
I've listened to this clip like 1,000 times, and it's Alex
So people
Jones.
don't believe him because he can't source where he gets his information? Is that what it is?
Yo, he tells everything.
But listen to him. Then why don't people believe him?
Because he's Alex Jones, and then sometimes he do say some crazy shit.
I don't care if Trump goddamn said it. And he crazy. The truth is the truth.
But see what
I don't care
whoever
if Biden said it. The truth is the truth.
who did this clip right here is a fucking genius. Because they took Alex Jones and Elon Musk, and Alex Jones says some things, and he sounds crazy. Even still listen to him now. When Alex Jones says it, he sounds crazy. And then they get Elon Musk, and Elon Musk says the exact same thing in a calmer tone.
Delivery.
And it's just like, oh, that does kind of make sense. And there's so much the technological singularity. See, this motherfucker think he know everything. The singularity will produce transhumanism is the thing. Yeah, the technological singularity. There you go. I can't remember all this shit, my damn. So that's why I need y'all in here, man. Y'all know what the hell I be talking about most of the time anyway. Shit. I know fucking Bronx Sushi thing, he a fucking genius. And you too, Tyson, just because this nigga done...
Neil deGrasse.
Yeah, because he done moved to North Carolina. He think he one of the Wright brothers or some shit. Like, motherfucker think he goddamn super genius.
All about
transcendence and living forever and the secrets of the universe, and they want to know all this. Some are good, some are bad, some are a mix. But the good ones don't ever want to organize. The bad ones don't want to organize because they want to have power. Powerful consciousnesses don't want to dominate other people. They want to empower them, so they don't tend to get together. The game, then they come together, evil's all defeated because good is so much stronger. And we're on this planet, and Einstein's physics showed it, Max Planck's physics showed it, there's at least 12 dimensions. And now that's why all the top scientists and billionaires are coming out saying it's a false hologram. It is artificial. The computers are scanning it and finding tension points where it's artificially projected and gravity's bleeding in to this universe. That's what they call dark matter. So we're like a thought or a dream that's a wisp in some computer program, some God's mind, whatever. They're proving it all. It's all coming out.
I think most likely, this is just about probability. There are many, many simulations. These simulations are, you might as well call them reality, or you could call them multiverse.
These simulations, you believe, are created? Like someone has manufactured?
They're running on this thread.
Now, there's like this sub-transmission zone below the third dimension that's just turned over to the most horrible things is what it resonates to. And it's trying to get up into the third dimension that's just a basic level consciousness to launch into the next levels. And our species is already way up in the fifth, sixth dimension, consciously our best people. But there's this big war trying to like basically destroy humanity because humanity has free will and there's a decision to which level we want to go to. We have will, so evil's allowed to come and contend and not just good. And the elites themselves believe they're racing using human technology to try to take our best minds and build some type of breakaway civilization where they're going to merge with machines, transcend, and break away from the failed species that is man, which is kind of like a false transmission because they're thinking what they are is ugly and bad, projecting it onto themselves instead of believing, no, it's a human test about building us up.
Well, that's the scenario, the merge scenario with AI is the one that seems like probably the best. Like
for us.
Yes. Like if you can't
Tyson said the Hive
beat
has
it,
an academy
join it.
that I might be attending soon.
That's
yeah.
You know.
They probably gonna change you now, Tyson.
You can't beat them, join them.
So from a long-term existential standpoint, that's like the purpose of Neuralink is to create a high bandwidth interface to the brain so that we can be symbiotic with AI. Because we have a bandwidth problem. You just can't communicate through open because it's too slow.
And so Google was set up 18, 19 years ago. I knew about this before it was declassified. I'm just saying I have good sources. That they wanted to build a giant artificial system. And Google believes that the first artificial intelligence will be a supercomputer based on the neuron activities of the hive mind of humanity with billions of people wired into it with the Internet of Things. And so all of our thoughts go into it, and we're actually building a computer that has real neurons in real time that's also psychically connected to us, that are organic creatures, so that they will have current prediction powers, future prediction powers, a true crystal ball. The big secret is, once you have a crystal ball and know the future, you can add stimuli beforehand and make decisions that control the future. And so then it's the end of consciousness and free will for individuals, as we know, and a true 2.0 in a very bad way, hive mind consciousness with an AI injected into everyone, knowing our hopes and dreams, delivering it to us not in some PKD wirehead system where we plug in and give up on consciousness because of unlimited pleasure, but because we were already wired in and absorbed before we knew it by giving over our consciousness to this system by our daily decisions that it was able to manipulate and control into a larger system.
Is this like a collective AI in the Google sort of search, Google search, you know, where we're all sort of plugged in as like nodes on the network, like leaves on a big tree, and we're all feeding this network without questions and answers. We're all collectively programming the AI, and
there's now a human counter-strike taking place to shut this off before it gets fully into place and to block these systems and to try to have an actual debate about where humanity goes and cut off the pedophiles and psychic vampires, their control of this AI system before humanity's destroyed.
Wait a minute,
humanity is the thing that gives them advanced off-world technology. The fallen one that's not of this world is giving them advanced knowledge
What
on
are
how
you
to
talking
construct
about?
these systems
What is
that have already
that?
been used before on other populations.
What?
Is that Satan?
But what are you
That's
talking
Satan.
about? Explain that. You're
Well,
saying
Satan
something
becomes
insane.
something that the stupid preacher tells you about who's totally controlled the news or TV.
Right.
But this is an interdimensional force that wants to influence us to build something that absorbs us and kills us, rather than the divine free will we're given to build something much better that empowers the species. So the species is now making a decision
Where are you
about
getting
its
this
entire
from?
future.
Where are you getting this from?
That's what it is.
But where are you getting it from?
I know from looking at all the data, researching it, studying it, watching it. I mean, that's the big decision that humanity has now got before us.
Humans and electronics all interfacing and constantly connected.
Yes. Constantly.
One of the things that I've been thinking about a lot over the last few years is that one of the things that drives a lot of people crazy is how many people are obsessed with materialism and getting the latest, greatest thing. And I wonder how much of that is, well, a lot of it is most certainly fueling technology and innovation. And it almost seems like it's built into us, to like what we like and what we want, that we're fueling this thing that's constantly around us all the time. And it doesn't seem possible that people are going to pump the brakes. It doesn't seem possible at this stage where we're constantly expecting the newest cell phone, the latest Tesla update, the newest MacBook Pro. Everything has to be newer and better. And that's going to lead to some incredible point. And it seems like it's built into us. It almost seems like it's an instinct that we're working towards this, that we like it.
Mm-hmm.
Our job, just like the ants build the anthill, our job is to somehow or other fuel this.
Yes. I mean, I made this comment some years ago, but it feels like we are the biological bootloader for AI. Effectively, we are building it, and then we're building progressively greater intelligence, and the percentage of intelligence that is not human is increasing, and eventually we will represent a very small percentage of intelligence. But the AI is informed essentially by the human limbic system. It is, in large part, our id writ large.
How so?
We mentioned all those things, the sort of primal drives.
Mm-hmm.
There's all the things that we like and hate and fear. They're all there on the internet. They're a projection of our limbic system. That's true.
No, it makes sense. And the thinking of it as thinking of corporations and just thinking of just human beings communicating online through these social media networks as some sort of an organism it's a cyborg. It's a combination. It's a combination of electronics and biology.
Yeah.
Does this?
In some measure, like, it's the success of these online systems of how much limbic resonance there is.
High school.
What's going on? Drop your taxes!
First question up from JD, who says, Dear Connecticut Casanova, thank you for recognizing one of my real titles. I dated a girl for a little over 5 years, starting in college and going into my first few years of working life. She broke up with me a while ago, but we continued a sexual relationship for about 1 year after that. During this time, I was blocked on her social media. Oh, man, good grief. And was therefore unaware that she had a serious boyfriend throughout the time we were together. Oh, she sounds like a pip. When I became aware, I severed all ties. Recently, she texted me out of the blue and confessed that she wants me back and still loves me. This love apparently caused her to leave that guy to be with me or to be alone. Maybe, I guess. I don't know. Are you still blocked on social media? She might have another few guys in the corner. I have a girlfriend that is a red blood conservative that I'm incredibly happy with. The question is not who to pick. I know my ex-girlfriend was bad for me, but my question is, how do I get rid of this feeling that she is right for me and that I should be with her? It's not fair to myself or my girlfriend to be hung up on a past lover. Sincerely yours, way too nerdy to be this wanted. This problem afflicts a great many. This might afflict every single guy. It's the problem of what if. It's the problem of the one that got away. It's the problem of, should I really lock myself down? I could do this, I could do that. It's the problem of infatuation, which is different than love. Infatuation is when you are obsessed with an idea, and it can feel a lot like love. I mean, it can, writers going back to ancient days have written about this feeling of love sickness. Your heart feels like it really hurts. But you know that this is not ordered properly. You know this is not the right thing. Obviously, in the case of this strumpet that you were dating before, who was cheating on her boyfriend with you and who knows how many other guys. Yes, you're right. Obviously, you should stay with your girlfriend. You just got to deal with it, buddy. Get over your feels. Get over all the feels, man. One thing that might cure it is getting married. One thing that might cure, I don't know if you're ready to get married yet or anything like that, but if you just make a decision and say, okay, this is my choice. I'm making this choice. This is a public choice. This chickie is over, and I might still have feelings, and I might still, but what if? And I don't even mean to make fun of you too much, but you might still dream about this girl. You might still think about her. You might still say, what if? Okay, that's life, buddy. Get over it. Make a decision. Sometimes wrong decision even is better than indecision. Though in this case, it sounds like sticking with your good conservative girlfriend is a way better idea than this harlot that you had previously been dating. But what can I do, Michael? What can I do? I still have feelings. You can act like a man. What's the matter with you? Best of luck. I'm so glad that you like that clip. I am honored. I am pleased. I'm flattered. If you want to watch the whole show, go check it out. It's called Helter Skelter's Here Again. It is on YouTube. You can ring the bell, subscribe, get the notifications, hopefully. Sometimes these guys don't send the notifications out for our show. Wonder why. You can also get it at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, Michael Knowles Show.
It's generally accepted that humans and all life on Earth evolved from simple organisms, gradually becoming more complex and more specialized with the passing of time. However, there are still significant gaps in our knowledge when it comes to the origins of everything. What was the spark that ignited the explosion of life on Earth? Did that spark occur spontaneously, or is life merely a torch passed down through the eons, and we're just latest versions of it? This is Unveiled, and today we're answering the extraordinary question, what if we're the remnants of a Type 3 civilization?
Are you a fiend for facts? Are you constantly curious? Then why not subscribe to Unveiled for more clips like this one, and ring the bell for more fascinating content.
For those unaware, a Type 3 civilization is a classification from the Kardashev scale. Proposed by the Russian astrophysicist Nikolai Kardashev, the scale organizes theoretical civilizations into classes based on the energy they can harness. Originally containing 3 levels, it was later expanded to 5. Briefly, a Type 1 can harness all planetary energy sources with 100% efficiency. Type 2 can harness all energy from a nearby star via megastructures like a Dyson sphere. Type 3, the original upper limit, and the civilization we're exploring today, would have the ability to harness all energy in a galaxy. And beyond that, you have Type 4, which has all the energy in the universe, and Type 5, which would basically be God mode, with the ability to manipulate even the fabric of the universe itself. So where does that leave us? Well, we're somewhere between 0 and 1, a roughly 0.7 level civilization, according to calculations made by Carl Sagan. We're no longer Stone Age hunter-gatherers at around 0.2 on Kardashev's scale, but we also cannot harness the full potential of our planet yet. The physicist Michio Kaku figures that within 100 to 200 years, humans might advance beyond Type 1. But for today's question, if we're still not even beyond the first level, how could we possibly have descended from a Type 3 time? Well, while we might suppose an extremely advanced civilization like a Type 3 would live in the far reaches of outer space, far away from our world and reality, there's a chance it could be a lot closer. Like right here on Earth close. Broadly speaking, if everything we've ever known was to constitute the remnants of another society, then it would mean that a Type 3 civilization must have either long since died off on this planet, or at least in this galaxy, or long since moved away, leaving only traces of themselves behind. And while that may all sound a lot like science fiction or a conspiracy theory, some legitimate questions are being raised within the scientific community about what a planet was like long before we arrived. One problem is that it's difficult to find direct evidence of extremely old things. While it stands to reason to expect remnants of an ancient civilization to be buried in the earth, that's not likely to be the case. Artifacts from thousands or tens of thousands of years ago are relatively easy to find. But when looking for something that's millions or tens of millions of years old, it's almost impossible. That's because the geological record is only really preserved back to the beginning of the Quaternary period, which is about 2.6 million years ago. There are fossils from earlier, of course, but they become rarer and rarer. And we have, on extremely rare occasions, uncovered tools that are more than 3 million years old. But because of how Earth works to refresh its crust over long periods of time, the suggestion is that some things may have been erased, wiped out by a long game of nature and forgotten about. Here's where today's what-if scenario comes in. And under the ground isn't the only place we can look to either. We can also peer into the atmosphere to find, for example, that there are certain similarities between the climate modeling of today and that of around 55.5 million years ago. In both periods, there's a spike in the global temperature. Our spike can be attributed to human activity, but the question is, what about the spike from 55.5 million years ago? Might also be human or something similar to human activity. For two academics in 2018, there were grounds at least to investigate. The director of NASA's Goddard Institute of Space Studies, Gavin Schmidt, and the astrophysicist Adam Frank were intrigued enough to publish a paper exploring the possibility of a pre-human civilization. They call the idea the Silurian hypothesis, with a name inspired by a classic episode of Doctor Who. The Silurian hypothesis has since become a key point of study. Was the spike in temperature more than 50 million years ago the result of something natural, or was it something else? Because blatant physical evidence will have long been wiped out, Schmidt and Frank propose that we need other signifiers to look into this incredibly ancient period. Were we to transport ourselves 55 million years into the future to look back at our time, then some evidence of plastics and fertilizers may still be detectable, for example. So we need then a Type 3 version of that. Perhaps an advanced society would leave behind similar chemical traces. And that would, if nothing else, tell us something about our own progress. But more likely, a Type 3 civilization will have used technology that's completely alien to us. So we need to look for something we've never seen before. But herein lies something of a paradox. Because there's some argument that an advanced enough society will have also completely and deliberately removed all evidence of itself from any given planet or star system it had existed in. Whether underground, in the air, or embedded in the very fabric of the life it may have left behind, a Type 3 would be knowledgeable enough to know that it could never be revealed that it was here. For this reason, many believe that the best probability of us being descendant from an advanced civilization may involve extraterrestrials.
Hero like you on a platform that let event planners give events special, standout events that get people talking. Don't take our word for it. Last year we supported 15,000 events, big-time stars, 5 million guests. Yeah, the President of the United States. Be that hero. Brand Live.
Given that a Type 3 force will have mastered all the energy in the galaxy, the imagined links between us and it may well exist not on this planet, which has hidden or erased them, but somewhere else within the Milky Way. Of course, the big question when it comes to aliens, advanced or not, is where are they? In the 1950s, the Italian physicist Enrico Fermi encapsulated the problem in the now famous Fermi paradox. And here the issue is that if we are the remnants of a Type 3 world, then there should be other easily identifiable remnants in the galaxy around us too. megastructures, interstellar ships, signs of terraforming on distant planets and on Earth. But so far, nothing. Could our proposed Type 3 ancestors possibly have been efficient enough to hide all evidence of themselves from all the skies above? Or is something else going on? In the 1970s, the U.S. scientist Michael Hart proposed 4 potential reasons why we haven't encountered aliens on Earth yet. 1, it's physically impossible for them to traverse space. 2, they're simply choosing not to visit us. 3, it's too early in their development for interstellar travel. And 4, most significantly for today's video, they have visited us, but in our distant past, perhaps at a time when humans didn't exist. In this version of events, for those who suggest that we came from some other advanced group, this is the key moment, the key window for when the emergence of life could have been kickstarted by the arrival of an early advanced civilization. It's the theory of panspermia, but on a massive scale, where we're not just imagining stray microbes on a far-off probe, but whole intelligent creatures specifically leaving their seed. In a recent video, we found how it may be possible for life to survive embedded in asteroids, and how it could also be possible for that life to be picked up by a chunk of space rock just in passing, without even the need for an impact event. But now, what we're picturing is neither accidental panspermia nor a biological boom following an asteroid strike. It's alien colonization, and we're the results of it. Finally, consider the headline-making 2020 multi-authored paper that suggested that the Milky Way may actually be full of long-dead civilizations. The 4 researchers behind the claim found that the factors for emerging life may have peaked about 8 billion years after our galaxy formed, and about 13,000 light-years from its center. Humans arose some 13.5 billion years after the galaxy formed, and Earth today is located about 25,000 light-years from the galactic core. So in the context of our question, in many ways, we can be considered relative newcomers to this corner of space, with perhaps many advanced civilizations rising and falling before we ever came to be. For now, it should be remembered that scientists are confident that they have a reasonably solid understanding of how and where life originated. And yet, there's certainly some mystery remaining. Could it be, then, that rather than emerging here, we were put here? Could it be that we're carrying on the torch from a long-dead civilization? As it stands, these are hypothetical questions and alternate realities only. But that's what would happen if we were the remnants of a Type 3 civilization.
What do you think? Is there anything we missed? Let us know in the comments, check out these other clips from Unveiled, and make sure you subscribe and ring the bell for our latest content.
Live in a qualified zip code, you may be eligible to receive USA-made solar panels for no cost at install and get paid more than $2,039 after the panels are installed in your home. Here's how it works. First, you have to see if you may qualify for this limited time offer by clicking the button below. If you qualify, then these brand new solar panels and Generac backup battery that you'll receive could offset your electric bill, potentially saving you and your family thousands of dollars. Not to mention, you may never have to worry about the negative impacts of blackouts or power outages ever again. However, the best part about this is that it makes solar panels finally accessible to everyone, not just 1%. So if you want to see if you qualify for this limited time offer that is providing solar panels to qualified homeowners and paying them more than $2,039 after install, all without you spending a dime at the time of installation, plus the peace of mind
Hello, freak bitches.
But if you look at the multiverse, and I've had one or two in particular multiverse experiences where time and reality has changed in a way that I cannot explain. It's so
what do you mean?
It's so incredibly profound that I still cannot wrap my mind around it. And
these are psilocybin experiences?
Psilocybin experience. So I think the psilocybin experience might be one portal, and now I'm going to sound like Terence McKenna, of entering into the multiverse. The idea that time can be bent, that there are multiple universes occurring simultaneously in different realities. And I've had one experience in particular that is just unfathomable to me. I don't know how to explain it.
Give it a shot.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
You've already blown my mind apart 150 times today.
This is a very deeply personal experience to me, but I was going to the Evergreen State College. I had the Drug Enforcement Administration license. My brother John went to Yale University. He got a graduate scholarship in neurophysiology at the University of Washington. He came out to Washington State in Seattle. I was living in Olympia, Washington. I had a cabin up in the mountains near Darrington, Washington. Then the summertime for 3 years, I set chokers. I was a logger. I really believe in the school of hard knocks and the blending of academia with blue-collar hard work. I love chopping wood. I love running a chainsaw. I love hard labor. I think. It gives my mind some respite to be able to think. So I'm in this highly academic environment. My brother John he died unfortunately 2 years ago. He got me involved in mushrooms. So I'm going to segue and set the stage here, but I need another 2 minutes to set the stage here. So I'm growing up in a small town in Ohio called Columbiana. My brother John is going to Yale. He comes back one day, and he gives me a book that he's using for his class, but he's on break. And he says, it's fascinating. Now, John went to Mexico, Colombia, came back with great stories of eating psilocybin mushrooms, and he's my older brother. I just idolized him. And he has a book called Altered States of Consciousness. And so I said, John, can I borrow your book? He said, sure. And I said, but Paul, I need to get back. After my break is over, I'm going back to college. This is our textbook. So I borrowed his book, Altered States of Consciousness, and I'm just fascinated reading it, about all these different ways of expanding your consciousness. I'm 14 years of age. And so my best friend, Ryan Snyder, says, Paul, can I borrow your book? We're hanging together all the time. And I go, yeah, but I need it back. And so he borrows the book, and he doesn't return it. A day, several days pass, a week pass, 2 weeks pass, my brother's coming back on break. He said, I needed that book, Paul, back, Paul. And I go to Ryan, Ryan, I need a book, I need my book. And Ryan just kept on avoiding answering the subject until I said, finally, give me my book. And Ryan goes, I can't give it to you, Paul. I said, why? He says, my dad burned it. I said, your dad burned my brother's book? I go, WTF, I didn't use this phrase back then. I said, oh my God. And I have a shout out to Ryan Snyder's father, that because of that event, it stimulated my interest in altered states of consciousness even more. So John goes to Yale and goes to the University of Washington. I have this DEA permit. I'm at the Evergreen State College. John calls me up. And he says, Paul, I think I found some psilocybin mushrooms. John said, you're really smart. You've been collecting Psilocybe cubensis in Colombia and Mexico, but they're much more complicated up here. And I said, let me ask you a few questions. I said, okay, John, do you take a spore permit? And he goes, yes. And I go, is the spores purple-brown? He goes, yes, they are purple-brown. I go, good. Okay. John, does it have a separable gelatinous pellicle? And he goes, what's that? And I go, well, break the cap. These are growing on wood chips. Break the cap and separate the cap very slowly. Do you see a little skin that's translucent? And he breaks it. He goes, yeah, I see that skin. I said, John, they're growing on wood chips. And he goes, yes. And I go, are they turning bluish? He goes, yes, they're staying really bright blue. I go, wow. I said, John, how many did you find? He goes, you would not believe it. It's a huge amount. I said, wait. I said, but he said, Paul, they're in a very sensitive place. You better come up here right away. So I jumped in my car and I drove up from Olympia to Seattle, about 60, 70 miles. I get to his house and John's there and I go, well, where are we going? He goes, well, we need some grocery bags, and let's get on our bikes. and let's go down there. I go, well, why all the secrecy? And the problem is, well, you'll see. And it was the end of Boat Street, and right at the University of Washington, right off of University Avenue, there's Boat Street. And we get there, and right across the street is a police substation. So we're there, and it was an eruption of this mushroom. There had to be 10,000, 30,000 mushrooms, I don't know. It was about 50 feet by 30 feet, with they all been mulched with wood chips. There was an eruption that picked up, trash and, debris that picked up 6 inches with solid mushrooms. There are mushrooms everywhere. I've, to this day, never seen so many mushrooms in one concentrated area. So we waited till the police cars went away, and we're kind of idling there, and then the police cars would go away from the substation. We start picking mushrooms, and we fill up a groceries bag or two, and then the other students are walking by. What are you doing? Oh, nothing, and then we eventually go, there's plenty for everybody, so so it was like pretty soon everyone's just all hanging out as a little group, like at the bus stop, right? We're not really waiting for the bus, right? We're waiting for the police cars to go away,
Right.
and then we picked all these mushrooms, and so we got 8 or 10 grocery bags full of these mushrooms.
How bizarre.
It turned out to be a new species called Psilocybe stunsii, named after
A new species?
New species.
New as in hadn't been discovered before
Had
you
never
guys
been described
picked
in
them?
scientific literature before.
So you picked a mushroom that no one knew existed before,
Well, hadn't been described scientifically. We had known about it for about 3 years, but this is the largest eruption, and from that collection became part of of the type collection that anchored the species taxonomically. So I think some of the specimens still exist in herbaria around the world because it's the reference standard. So we go back to the house, and it's like, we gotta try them. So we lay out newspapers, and the whole newspapers were just covered with mushrooms. And so that night, we just, about 4 guys from Yale, all neurophysiology, all scientists, on scientist track, and let's eat them. And so, I mean, this is not very potent. They're 1/10 the potency of cubensis, so we made smoothies. And oh my gosh, talk about the gag reflex. So we had to make these smoothies. We had to eat 50 of them in order to have a dose equivalent to what Psilocybe cubensis would be. So I knew that. So we made these incredibly distasteful milkshakes, and we chugged them and we drank them. And then amazing experience. I bonded with my brother. It was beautiful. And then you're peeking at this experience. You look around, and there's like tens of thousands of these mushrooms. Like, oh my gosh. All for science. And so I go to bed, and I'm laying in bed, and full blown experience, and can barely sleep because all the colors are keeping me awake, and my mind is racing. And then I have a lucid dream, and I'm dreaming, and I wake up, and I go downstairs, and I go, I had this crazy dream. I said, and what's your dream? And I said, I saw thousands of cattle dead, baking in the sun.
Anything that's going to support my brain health, support brain blood flow, memory focus, I need that.
Super beats memory and focus.
I said, I think there's going to be a nuclear war. But what could kill all these cattle? There's a time of the Reagan administration and all that, and the tension was really high between the Soviet Union and the United States. And they said, and they were joking with me, saying, oh, well, okay, when it's going to happen? I go, I know. I was in Olympia, and I needed to rush up to Darrington to stay in my cabin because my books were up there, my manuscript up there. I needed to save my research. So they laughed, and they said, well, when's the world going to end, Paul? And I go, well, it's not this weekend. That was like in 2 days. It's next weekend. So they wrote on the calendar, December 1st, I put it in my book, I think it's 1975, the end of the world. They wrote, Paul predicts the end of the world. So we forgot about it. Massive rains the next week, huge amounts of snowfall. And then on Wednesday, Thursday, temperature inversion, and it flipped to 75 to 85 degrees. All the snow started to melt. All the rivers were flooding, and my little cabin was right next to this river that would swell from morning to night. It would go up 6 feet just from the snow melt, because we're very close to this volcano and big glaciers. I said, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose my manuscript, all my research. I need to get up there. And so I'm watching the news, and the roads are being closed. So I had to go through Rockport, Washington, the back way in order to get back to my cabin. I get to my cabin. And the bank had eroded about 10 feet. I was already about 10, 12 feet away from the river now. My cabin was on the verge of falling into it, but I got my manuscript, I got all my books, I rescued all the material I had, but I couldn't get out of there because the roads had been closed. And so I had to wait 2 days, and the roads then opened up, and I drove out of the valley into the Snohomish Valley, and I went around the bend. And there, the sun, it was a brilliant sunny day, a warm day, and there floating in the fields were hundreds and hundreds of dead cattle.
Whoa.
How do you explain that? I entered, I think, into the multiverse.
Ooh. Now, as a scientist, you realize when you say something like that, you open yourself up to ridicule. Do you feel hesitant to communicate these ideas?
Well, to a degree, yes. But, I'm 62 years of age, and, at one point, I just don't care. I just don't care, This is true. This happened to me, and I can push the envelope on these ideas because the credibility of my research is well established. I can save the bees. Do you care whether I have taken psilocybin mushrooms if I can save your farm, your family, your country, or the world billions of dollars and protect biosecurity?
I care more.
I care more. That's right. Yeah. So I'm telling you things. I'm not making these up. I don't have to.
I just wonder.
But just because you can't explain it does not mean it's not true.
Right.
And I think that we need to accept the fact that the reality is not limited to the perception that we have traditionally used.
That's a beautiful.